You guys, welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Minecraft 1.8.9 PvP client. The reason why I'm making it is because I found this random video that seems to be making fun of me because I said that he didn't have a full disabler for a server or something, even though he showed a video of him only scaffolding around. And I kind of just looked at the comments and I found this, which kind of reminded me of something. And he said I can make a base, but I just can't be asked because I'm never going to be able to release a client again, so why waste a week of my life making a base? And even this guy picked it up, we got a base, haha. So this video I'm showing you how to make a base in like 30 minutes. I also want to preface this video by saying that I'm not some like godly developer or anything, so if I make any like major mistakes and anyone that actually knows a lot of code, can you just tell me in the comments and I can fix it if I do a part 2. It depends if I will do a part 2, so like if you want that. Either way, firstly go to the Maven MCP, this will be in the link in the description. Just click code and then download zip. This pretty much just downloads this, which we'll need in a minute. Next, go to optifinesource.co.uk, which will also be in the description. Go to download and then 1.8. And then click this download link over here, which is the best in my opinion as it's the most recent. However, it's kind of up to you. Okay, so now you've downloaded those files. All you need to do is go to your desktop or really any folder, create a new folder, and then just call it whatever you want your client to be called. I'll just call mine like tutorial or something, it doesn't really matter. I'll just move it over here. And next, open up your zip files and just extract all, well, open up the Maven MCP zip file. Go inside and just get all the shit. Actually, you don't really need the readme or anything, you just need install.sh, cmd, and pom.xml, or well, whichever one of these corresponds to your operating system. Then, pretty much if you're on Windows, just run install.cmd. It'll pretty much just give you a few prompts to whether you want to install Optifine with it. Just click yes on all of them, and if you've got the Twitch libraries, I believe. I'm not going to be running it on here to save time. However, I'll just cut to when we have it all compiled. Okay, so after that's done, all you really need is these three folders, or well, these three files. Pretty much go into the src main Java folder, and then go into your Optifine src. Pretty much all we need to do is click on assets, and it just gets all of these, and then put them into this folder here. And now we can actually open it up in IntelliJ. So I'll just open up IntelliJ and cut to when it's open. Okay, so now you've opened up IntelliJ. This is probably look like you just click open. Then you find your project. Mine's in my desktop, so I'll just click tutorial. And now we'll just open it up. Okay, so I believe it has finished indexing. So what we can do is we can go to the current file, edit configuration, add a new application, modify options, and then add VM options. Then we can do -d Java .library.path equals, I believe it's versions.1.8.8.1. Oh wait, no, what's that? Wait, no, it's /1.8.8/1.8.8-native. So you don't have to remember that, by the way. It'll be in the description. That's just saying where, defining where the natives folder is. And then we just go to start. We click here, and then we find the workspace. We just click that. I'm pretty sure you can just keep it default though, it shouldn't really affect anything. Now if we run the client, I may have an error, which I'll show you how to fix, but if not, then we'll just continue. Okay, so as you can see, I just opened up Minecraft fine. So I think we're good. So firstly for this tutorial, we're actually going to be making a new package right here. And then we're going to call it all lowercase, by the way, me, and your name, or if you have a domain, for example, I have like tech.brethacks. But, you know, we'll just do me.brett, and then your client's name. I'll just call my tutorial. Then we'll make a new Java class, and we'll call it our client's name, so we'll call it tutorial. Now first we're going to be making something called a singleton, so we'll do a private static tutorial. Well, this is the name of this class, so it'll be the name of your client, and we'll call it singleton. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a public static tutorial, which will be the name of your class again, get instance, and we'll do so if the singleton is null, then the singleton is equal to a new tutorial, and then return singleton. There we go. So, this will just get our singleton. What we use this for is to get all of the other methods and variables in the class. So for example, if we do public string name type version, we'll do version equal to 0.0.1, and we'll set the name to tutorial. And now what we'll do is we'll do public void, which is a method, init. And now what we can do is we'll firstly set the display. We'll do display.setTitle. This is pretty much this thing at the top of the screen. We'll set it to the name plus version. And then we'll do plus, and we'll actually put a little colon there. And we'll do version. This pretty much just changes this to version. What we're going to do is we're going to do the search thing. You can do this by clicking Ctrl-Shift-N if you're on IntelliJ, or Ctrl-Shift-R if you're on Eclipse. We'll do a Minecraft. And in this Minecraft class, what we're going to do is we're going to search for start game. And we're going to Control-click on this to go into this method. I'm going to go to the bottom where it says post startup right here. And then we'll do tutorial.getInstance.init, which pretty much means that on startup it's going to be executing the code that's inside of this method. So we're going to keep using this to hook all of our shit. What I also like to do in this class though is find the create display. And then, oh fuck. Okay, and then we'll just go here and we'll type initializing plus tutorial. So get instance name. So now when we launch the client, it should say initializing tutorial, and then it should say when it's loaded, it should say tutorial version and then our version. As you can see, it's saying initializing tutorial and tutorial version 0.0.1. So now we've done that, we can actually make a module package. Now we can go make a new class called module. This is, now we're going to make the constructor. This is where we're going to define the name, description, key, category, etc. So there are two ways we can actually do this. So we can either do it by making them the parameters inside of this constructor, so every module has to define them. Or we can do it as an annotation, so like example above every module we say like module info, and like we set a name and shit like in here. I'll probably just do the constructor one though, because I'm assuming it's more optimal, but it depends. So now we'll do string name version, font freaking type. Now we need to make an enum called module category. We could also do it inside of here, but it's fine, we'll just do it like this. And then we'll do combat, movement. These are all the categories, you can add more if you want, but these are the ones I'm using. Player, other, which is going to be like disablers and exploits and shit like that, and then render. Now we'll do module category, and then category, and then int key. And what we're going to do is when you go inside of the parameters of this constructor, and type string name, string version, module category, and int key. And we want to be setting all of these global variables into these local variables. So what we'll do is we'll do this.name. This is using this name and not this name. And we'll do get equals name. And we'll do this for all of these, like this. Oh, I know that was meant to be version, it's meant to be description. One second, let me just fix. Okay, there we go. This dot description equals description. This dot category equals category. This dot key is equal to key. Okay, so perfect. So now what we also want to do is we'll add two more things. We'll make a boolean called enabled, and we'll also do protected Minecraft. T equals Minecraft, so get Minecraft. What this is doing is pretty much for all of the modules. What they can do is we can use MC dot and for example like get dot like the player dot the world all that shit to make our modules. But yeah, so now we'll actually make toggling on and off on modules. We'll do a public void toggle, and we'll do the enabled equals not enabled. What this does is pretty much whenever this method is called, if this boolean is enabled, a boolean is a true or false statement. But if the true or false statement is true, then it will turn it to not true, and if it's not true, then it will turn it to true. And now what we also want to do is we want to make public void on enable. You can make it abstract, which means that you have to define the code inside of this in every module, like for example, registering your module to the event bus. However, I'm personally not a big fan of that, so we can just do it inside of this class and at a later time. So what we'll do so if it's enabled, so if this enabled is true, then we'll do on enable, which means it will execute the code inside of this method. And then else, we'll do on disable, which means we'll execute the code on this method, which pretty much means so when you turn on the module, it will execute the code in on enable. When you turn off the module, it will execute the code in on disable. That's the best way I can really find of describing it. Now we're going to make the module manager. Firstly, we want to do public list of, and we'll make this module instead of these little less than greater than symbols, and we'll also import a list. We'll also call it modules. You can also do this in like a hash map, whatever the fuck type of list you want to do. And I will do equals new copy on a right array list. I need to check that it's still recording. And we'll do a public void init. And in here, it's where we will actually add all of our modules. So pretty much I use something called reflections for this, so I don't need to manually add them all. However, reflections is pretty buggy, it doesn't work with obfuscation, it can cause performance issues on startup, and it can sometimes miss modules if you have too many of them. So personally, if you're making a big project, I wouldn't use reflections. However, I'm going to use them, but say if you're making a big project, all you're going to do modules.add, new, and then the name of your module. But I'm going to be using reflections. So first what you're going to do is when you go to pom.xml, I've already set all my pom.xml shit up. This is all your dependencies and shit for Maven. So this will be in the description. Just copy this and then paste it into your pom.xml. And then there'll be a little Maven reload button over here. You can just click that and it will reload your Maven and you can use reflections now. So I'll do new reflections. Just make a new instance of reflections, and we can in here we can define the path. So it's me.Brett or your name, .tutorial or whatever your client's name is, and then module and import. This means implementation will make this package in a minute. This is pretty much where we're going to put all our modules. And when you get subtypes, this means get all the classes that are that extend the module class. Well, we're going to make it do the module class. I'm going to do so for each. Make a lambda, well, I think it's called a lambda expression, correct me if I'm wrong here, good Java developers, module. And we'll make a dash, and then a like little arrow key. And then we'll make it a curly bracket, and enter. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go, we can make try catch. We'll do try, and then modules.add. And then module, which is going to be this thing here, this little lambda expression, new instance. However, there is an error because we don't have the catch clauses and this requires it. So we'll do this, but this is kind of disgusting, right? And I don't actually have a pipe character, so I'm gonna go get that. Because pretty much my keyboard doesn't actually have a the pipe character, and we kind of need it for this, so we'll do a pipe, which is this, a single pipe, and we'll do illegal access exception, we'll put that here, and we can remove all of this and add a new semicolon, and we can also do changes to just ignored. What we also want to do is we're going to make a getter for the module class. Well, not for the modules, for the list of modules. So we can getter module list, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to get a drink of water, I'll be back in a minute. And okay, I'm back, so I just had to get a drink. But now we're actually going to go into our main class, and then we're going to make a public module manager equals new module manager. We just made an instance of the module manager. What we're going to do is when you go into this initialization thing, which runs when the game starts up, we're going to do module manager.init. This means that on initialization, well, when the game starts, it will run this code here, which will add all of our modules. Also, by the way, sorry if my throat sounds kind of weird. I just recorded this video twice because the recording corrupted and my voice hurts so bad right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use an event. We're going to make an event bus. Well, I personally am not going to be showing how to make an event bus because I probably wouldn't be able to do that myself. So we're going to be using the Google bus. It's not too fast and it has some issues, but it's fine, whatever. We'll do a public events bus. Event bus equals new event bus. This is the Google event bus. It might give you a warning, and that's because it's marked as like a beta feature, but it's fine. What we can do now is go to eventbus.register, and this in our main method. What we also want to do is only go into module. Okay, and then so in here we're actually going to do is tutorial.getInstance.eventbus.register, not post. Fuck. This, and we want to do the same thing, but on disable, but we change it to unregister. So now we've done that, we actually want to make our events. So we're going to go into make a new package, call it events. Now we can do class, we'll call it events updates. And okay, so first we're going to make a public enum instead of this class, and we'll call it states, where we'll have pre and post. Pre pretty much means that the code inside of our events will run before the onUpdate walking player, and post means after. Now we want to do, so it's states, they're going to do public events update. This is going to be a constructor. And we want to make states in the parameters. Then do this, dot states equals states. Now what we want to do is we want to go into Control-Shift-R or Control-Shift-N if you're on IntelliJ. I'm using the Eclipse keybinds on IntelliJ. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the entity player SP class, find onUpdates, go one down until you find this. If you want to do event motion, which I personally make its own event, some people combine it with event update, but I'm going to be just doing event update for now. Then what we can do is we can do so tutorial.getInstance.eventBus.post and new events update with pre as the parameter. What we do is we're going to copy this entire line, go down here, after the anywhere after this method is called, and you just to post, post. So now we've actually set up our event update. We don't want to set up event key. And make a constructor with an integer key as the parameter. So we'll just want to do that, making int key over here. What I just realized as well, we need to make a getter for the states. That's fine. So now what we can do is we're going to go to this.key equals key, and make a getter for the key as well. Now we're just going to search for the Minecraft class again. Then over here what we can do is type if and a space and then brackets k and then 2 equal signs, which means it's equal to and then 1, which is right here. And right above this if statement, what we're going to do is we're going to go to tutorial, go getInstance.eventBus.post, new event key press, or event key, with k as the parameter. This means that our event can get all of the keys, which we can use now. So what we want to do is we're going to go to tutorial, go down here and then type add subscribe Means this is pretty much telling the event bus that we want to make when we use this as an event. So we'll do public void on updates on key. I mean events key events. I probably shouldn't be recording right now. I'm so tired. Then we'll do module manager dot get modules dot for each. I just realized I made that a public list, but I made a getter for it. Let me just fix that. We'll just make a list. For each, and then we'll do this weird lambda expression again. So for each module, if, and then we'll do the modules key, which needs to make a getter for that. When you go into the module class, click Alt Insert or right click Generate Getter, and we'll do name, category, key, and enabled. Module.getKey is equal to the event.getKey. Then we will do module.toggle, which means that it will run the command, run this method here. So really I keep pausing and just checking if the recording still works, because it corrupted last time. And yeah, so we should be ready to make our first module, so I'm just going to go to make a new package, call it impl, which means implementations. I'm just thinking what module should we make first? A good test one is sprints, we'll just make movements. Pretty much just make all of your categories in here, but I'm just going to make movement for now. Then we'll do module sprint. And we'll make an extend module. Then we'll make a constructor. We'll remove pretty much all of these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set the name as sprints. We'll set the description as that's the player as sprinting constantly. And then we'll set this to movement as key. I will show you how to make a click joy if I continue the series. However, I'm just going to hard code it for now. And now what we want to do, there are two ways of using our events in our module. So what we're going to do is add subscribe, public void on updates, and we'll plug in events updates in here, and then events. And then pretty much inside of here we'll write the code for our module. Or what I know that a few of the old people like to do is go into your module class, do add subscribe, public void on events, and then plug the event bus in here, in events. And then you can pretty much go into your sprint module. We'll just comment this up for now. I'll probably remove this feature. But what we do is do public void on events bus events. And then what we do is we do like if the event is instance of like events updates. And then we'd write a code in here. I personally don't really like to do this, so I'm going to remove the functionality. However, that is an option for the people that like that. Pretty much what we want to do now is we're going to type empty game settings human sprint press equals true. What we want to do is we want to control click on this press and make it public. So now, if I've done everything correctly and we don't need to fix anything, then when I start this game, if we click the F key, then we should be set to sprinting. And okay, so I'm in the game, this is a moment of truth. I'll click the F key, and I'm sprinting constantly, so pretty much, as you can see, whenever I click the W key, I'm sprinting, and I'm not actually clicking my keybind. The reason why I do like this, and not just empty.theplay.set sprinting true, is because if we do that, we have to make a few checks, and I think it's just simpler to just show you how to make it just click the keybind for you. But as you can see, if I click the F key again, and then I'm no longer sprinting, if I click it now, then I'm sprinting. So we now made toggling modules. In the next video, I'll show you how to probably make like a HUD, maybe like click GUI, type GUI. I'll have to see how long it'll take. Either way, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.